Okay. Hi, everybody. And I'd just like to take this time to welcome all the new people who haven't been formally welcomed in the group. But I also want to tell you, I send everyone a message in Messenger welcoming them. Uh, if you're a part of this group, you got a message from me in Messenger. You may not have seen it because we're not friends on Messenger, so you have to go to this special place um, of where there's messages waiting to be read that you can't see because like I said, we're not friends. But you did get a message from me. I send that for everybody. And with that being said, I know that we are all busy, all have things to do. And so let's just start um, today with just a little quiet, mindful time to just so that we are grounded in our seat and not over here and over there. In the future, got to do this and should have done this and all of that stuff. So let's just ground for a minute in the quiet. And when I tell you to, we're going to take a breath for the count of three and exhale for the count of three and repeat this 3 times. Inhale for a count of three, exhale for a count of three, inhale for a count of three, exhale for a count of three, inhale for a count of three, and exhale for a count of three. Okay, here we go. One, two, three. One, two, three. In, two, three. Out, two, three. In, two, three. Out, two, three. In, two, three. Out, two, three. Just kind of suck it in. Ground yourself. I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm in this chair. I'm right here. I'm not over there or over there or back there. I'm right here. Okay, let's do the breathing again. And this time it'll be in for the count of three, hold for a count, out for a count of three, hold for a count of three. Okay, and then at the end, just do one huge deep inhale and exhale. So in, two, three, hold, two, three, out, two, three, hold, two, three, in, two, three, hold, two, three, out, two, three, hold, two, three, in, two, three, hold, two, three, out, two, three, hold, two, three. A deep inhale and a deep exhale. Yeah, I think we need to relax and be mindful uh, for our subject matter today. And it is anger. Is there any other emotion other than anger? So I don't know about you, but I'm going to tell you about me. Before I got my healing, when I was still going through the stuff with my mother and all of that, it was my place. Anger was my go-to place. I wasn't in touch with the other emotions. I wasn't in touch with sad, happy, frustrated, any of that. It was just from here to anger. But I rarely showed her that I was angry. But from all the years of things happening in my life and not being able to express the anger, being shamed if I had anger, if I showed anger, that's not like whatever it was that was said to me. So this anger was just pushed down, pushed down, pushed down, pushed down, pushed down. So now I'm a young adult and I'm not so much under the control of my mother to push the anger down or not allow me to express the anger. So things would start to happen in my life as a young adult, and I was from 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. Just some anger, just waiting to happen, looking for some place to happen. Someone said to me once, you know, Marva, your gun is always cocked. Always, always just waiting for that anger to just come spewing out of me. And I didn't understand it. And at first it was like they were doing something. I wouldn't have behaved like that if you hadn't done what you did. I didn't connect it to how I grew up. I didn't make the connection. It was just like everybody out there was just messing with me. And I wasn't going to let anybody mess with or mess over me. So it was anger to the rescue. Anger to the rescue. And then one day I didn't want to do that anymore because what was happening, all of that intense anger was creating a lot of anxiety within me. And if any of you have had issues with anxiety, you know that does not feel good. That does not feel good at all. So I needed some help. And one of the things that I found helpful was meditation. I didn't know what I was doing, but I tried it. I bought a Woman's Day magazine. And in that magazine was an article on transcendental meditation. Well, I certainly wasn't going to spend any money on any foolishness like that because I had no clue the value. But it piqued my interest, so I read the article and I did my form of meditation. And I noticed that that quieted me. You know, it didn't quiet me for 24 hours a day, but it quieted me. And then I started to find more information on meditation, more and more. Back then, oh, I'm going to date myself so badly right here. Right then, back then, the meditation CDs, a tape, was a 33 and a third vinyl. And I would come home from work and put that on. And my children learned to meditate because they heard it. Because I was playing in an open space in our family room. So they heard it. They saw me doing this. And they also saw me getting better. I did some other things, but I gotten tired of being angry all the time. Just the anger was just debilitating. It was debilitating. So I came on today to talk to you about that. And if you're experiencing that intense anger and not really clear what to do with it, uh, where from did it stem from any particular place? But it you know it's unreasonable. So I stepped in today to just let you know that it doesn't have to remain like that. It doesn't have to remain like that. And I know that you know that there is another way, a different way, that you can be unapologetically yourself without the anger, without all of those things that you brought with you out of that relationship with a narcissistic mother. Um, you don't have to live with those things inside you. You don't have to keep reacting to the world as if that stuff is still going on, because when you left her present, it didn't shut the voices down. You know, it did not shut the voices down. They kept you down. So if you are tired of that, if you've had enough, there is a way out. If you have had enough of that, and there's enough of us walking around now who are in some different stages of recovery from being raised by a narcissistic mother. So if you've had enough, I am here. I'm right here. Send me a DM, a direct message, and we can set up a time for us to have a discovery call to just talk about what your issues are. I may or may not be able to help you, but if we have a discovery call, we'll know that. And it does not cost anything except your time. And the only thing you have to lose is all of this that you've been living with for your whole entire life. So shoot me a personal message, and I can get the same results for you that I get for my clients.